Hello, welcome to another episode of Eating with WeDo. This is Kitty from WeDo Weddings. But today, I'm sure you're wondering, where's my other guest on the other side of the screen? Well, guess what? You are my special guest today. We are going to have hot pot, as you can see, because we're going to discuss a very hot topic, which is COVID-19. It's been about 1 month since we did our very first episode, which we discussed the whole situation about the pandemic, COVID time, and what to do, what to respond with 𝙀𝙖 from 𝙀𝙗𝙩𝙝. So today, after 1 month, we're going to give you a little bit of an update and see how we are really doing right now into the situation. But before that, shall we eat first? Let's eat. Okay, so today we have hot pot. So hot pot is a very traditional Chinese food for family gatherings, and it's a very it creates a very warm vibe, you know. And then there's a variety of different ingredients that you can put in. And today we have the spicy side, and this is the seafood soup. So there's spicy and non-spicy ones. Okay, so what you do is you take the food that you like, and then you put into the broth that you want to deep in. So this is beef, so we don't want to cook it for too long. How's your lunch? I hope it's as tasty as mine. So, news came to our attention last weekend.
First question today is from Richard Zisman, Global News.
Dr. Bonnie Henry, I've heard a number of things since yesterday from people trying to figure out plans for the summer around weddings, around celebrations. Obviously, there's large-scale events that are planned for the summer that take a lot of advanced work. What is your recommendation first for the larger scale events like the PNE or for the Pride Parade or any of these big events? What's your advice to them, and what's your advice to individuals that have summer weddings planned? Should they be canceling? Should they be postponing?
Yeah, those are very good questions. And realistically, we will not be having those big events where people gather together this summer. This is going to be, that is a much riskier prospect than ever before. We do not have enough herd immunity or community immunity to protect everybody and allow that type of event happen. So I think we'll be seeing globally those types of events, large parades, large mass gatherings where we all come together. Those will not be happening this summer. In terms of those smaller events like weddings and family parties and anniversaries and graduations, again, you know, this is a very challenging time, and I know it's really hard for people to think about having these events without getting together, but we've found some really innovative ways of doing that. So I would tell people to think small. We're not going to be having large gatherings. We know that those are the types of events that this can be transmitted in, particularly funerals, those family celebrations when we spend time together, weddings and parties where we share food, where we hug, and when we care for each other in a very close way. Unfortunately, right now, those are the things that are risky. So I think we need to start thinking about planning small events, looking at how we can bring people together virtually, how we can support particularly our seniors and elders who are most at risk, support them being involved without being physically together. And there's lots of great ways that people are starting to do that, and we need to think about how do we do that through the summer.
Well, according to Dr. Bonnie Henry, realistically, there will be no major events this summer. When we heard this news, our hearts sank with all of our couples, the vendors, the whole industry, because wedding is really what we look forward to every season. And our wedding season really happened during the summertime. And I know all of you who have been excited planning your wedding for such a long time and expecting that summer wedding. But unfortunately, with the social distancing and particularly what's going on in the world right now, doesn't seem like that would be an option for the upcoming season. Especially Dr. Bonnie Henry particularly pointed out that we should really think small and postpone at this point. So what that really means is that for a couple who have their wedding planned for July, August, and possibly early September should really start to consider a few alternative solutions and options to follow. So today, we want to share with you our thoughts and something that we've been telling our couples or guiding our couple through in the past 1 week. So 3 options that we have right now. First one is to postpone your wedding completely to 2021. And that would be both your ceremony and dinner reception or cocktail reception that you're planning for, but both of the ceremony and the celebration to 2021. Reason why is if you wanted to still have everyone to witness that big moment, this will be the best option to follow. Also, a lot of the venues started to reach out to their couple at this point, particularly if you have a venue that outdoor weddings especially, it's gonna get booked up really fast. So if you're considering postponing to 2021, you should really act earlier than later. Option number 2 is consider a micro wedding. So with the regulation that we have from Health BC right now is 50 people maximum for gathering while practicing social distancing. So that 50 people will be including your vendors. But what it really says is that to be under 15 people will be the safer option. I mean, we really don't know. I'm not a health expert right here. We are concerned with the whole situation and we don't know what would be the best option in terms of the number of guests to be gathering. So micro wedding, stick to your date and downsize your wedding really to about 15 to 20 people. That would be our suggestion for option number 2. And option number 3, we'll be doing an elopement this year. Make it official, signing that paper, and do your celebration next year. So that means for elopement, we'll pick a date that you like or stick to your wedding day that you still have for this year. It will be the officiant, the 2 of you, 2 witnesses, and as well as your possibly photographer if you would like that moment to be documented. And let's do a Zoom wedding, meaning it's through live feed to share with all your other guests. And then just sign a paper, make it official. You can still move on with the timeline that you plan down the road. And then we do a big celebration next year with all the other guests together. And that will be a great party to expect. Also, we wanted to talk to 2021 couple as well. Because of all the postponement that's happening right now for the 2020s couple, all the dates will get booked up really fast for next year. So if you're planning a wedding for 2021, I highly suggest that you have to start as early as now. Meaning, secure your date, secure your venue, and the key vendors that you need, your planners, photographers, videographers, makeup artists, etc. People that really will be the key team to your wedding day. You do want to lock that down. And first thing first would be the venue and your wedding day. To start planning at this time instead of waiting till later. Because of this whole situation that we're facing right now, dates will get filled up really fast. So yeah, I hope that 3 options that we just proposed can help you to have a better guideline and what to follow from here. If you have a planner, please do talk to your planner right now. You really have to start thinking what to do from here and act fast. We have some questions from our followers and actually we receive a lot of questions on our Instagram. We condensed them into 7 right here. So I have 7 questions that from our followers here and I will be answering them one by one. So let's get started. Okay, so the first question is, will commissioner or officiant be available to marry the couple still? And that means now. And the answer is yes. It really depending on the commissioner and officiant, as a lot of the commissioner, they are older gentlemen and ladies. They are half retired. So I'm not quite sure if all the commissioner will be available, but for officiant, yes, like we do have quite a few of the officiant that is still available to marry couples at this point. And so just reach out to your officiant or commissioner that you have planned for your wedding day, or ask your planner to contact and see if they're available to do an elopement or a ceremony, small ceremony for you. So question number 2, how do we practice social distancing and what is considered proper? Well, again, I am not a health expert right here, so I'm only speaking based on the research that we have done and the guidelines that the government has given. So for social distancing right now, we have to keep 2 meters apart, and that would be 6 feet from the other person that we are interacting with. So if you are going to do a small ceremony or elopement, your guests will have to be 6 feet apart from each other. And that being said, it might be the best that to do it in an outdoor space where people can stand at their desired position and where they feel comfortable with. And question number 3, what venue options do we have for hosting a wedding ceremony? So this is a really good question because we are actually looking into this as well at the moment for any couple that still wants to do elopement or small wedding. Based on all the information that we have, we highly suggest to do it in an outdoor space. It will be a better airflow and it will prevent from everyone being in a closed area, which is indoor. At the moment, we do suggest if you have a private residence, that will be the best. So private residence with a backyard available, that will be the best scenario. Currently, we are contacting Park Vancouver to find out more detailed information, whether or not if you can do a small ceremony in the public area, meaning park, to sign a paper and then get married yet. So that part, once we have more update, we will post it on our social media. In terms of indoor ceremony, at this moment, we don't really recommend to do so. Question number 4, if the bride needs to get makeup and hair done, how will social distancing be played? Or just wearing a mask is good? Unfortunately, all makeup and hair is not allowed based on the Health BC guideline at this moment, because it is hard to keep that 2 meters and 6 feet distant from the makeup artist and the bride. So in that case, we are not able to practice social distancing, so it doesn't really work guideline-wise. Question number 5, when should I decide to postpone? I want to be hopeful to keep my current date, but I'm worried. So for all the couple who have wedding this summer, we do suggest latest 2 months before your wedding day. And that being said, you have to reach out to your planner, your venue first, and all your vendors. Have a plan B in place already. So if you still want to be hopeful and then wait for further information to come from the government, 2 months before the wedding, that will be the final date that you have to make your decision. There's two scenarios. One is if you have a particular date that you want to have for your plan B, I highly suggest that you have to move your wedding now. The reason why is everybody is postponing and shifting, rescheduling at this moment. The date that you want may not be available anymore by the time that you make the decision. But if your date is flexible, then check with your planner first. Have that date possibly on hold and then wait till that final timeline to make your decision, whether or not if you want to postpone or reschedule. Question number 6, we have a destination wedding in December. When should we make the go or no-go decision? So this is a very good question. Actually, I have a destination wedding. My couple has a destination wedding in Mexico in October. So we have the exact same problem right now. And that being said, our suggestion at this point is 3 to 4 months before the wedding. That will be the deadline to make that very final decision. However, we wanted to make sure everybody can travel safe. So for this December couple right here, I would suggest wait till after summer to make your final decision. However, do reach out to your venue and your vendor, your planner right now to have a plan B and have another date on hold if possible, so that by summertime you can decide and see how everything goes. If everything is getting better and then the regulation lift up a little bit more and it is safe to travel, then in that case, yes, you can probably keep the date that you want. However, if until summer things are still not looking at the best scenario, then I highly suggest that probably is a better idea to postpone your wedding to 2021? Okay. Well, question number 7. Many people are having Zoom weddings as they can't cancel the venue. Will WeDo be planning for those? So the answer is yes. We are actually coming up with a relief plan because we know a lot of couples still wants to make it official this year. So for those that needs a little bit of a guidance, we are coming up with a relief plan to provide you with some support, and we are talking to our vendors at the moment. So we will post that information shortly. So stay tuned to our social media. All right, so those are the 7 questions that we sum up based on all the information that we received from our followers. I know that during this very special timing, a lot of you may feel upset, disappointed, uncertain, and it's okay to feel that. And we are here with you. So please let us know if you have any questions. Feel free to comment below, DM us on Instagram, or contact us on any of our social medias. We really wanted to help you to ride through this, and we will ride through it together. Okay, so it's somewhat a serious topic today. However, we do want to give you a little bit of an update of what's going on with COVID time right now. So shall we get back to our lunch and finish up with our hot pot here? I will see you at the next episode of Eating with WeDo.